Hello, hello. Welcome, all you wonderful beings of beautiful light and love.
Hello. So as always, this is Marcella,
And Aurora.
and we will do a special reading for 1111, and we will answer 11 questions today.
Sounds
So we have
good.
11, 11, 11. The first one is about, not the funnest one, but made me laugh because it's about dreams and murder. So this person is being haunted by murders in her dream, and it feels very real, and she's a bit disturbed because she cannot sleep well, so she would like a little bit more clarity about that.
She needs a past life regression because it's coming from a past life, and that's why it's bubbling up. There's something in her current life that like reflects the need the there's a parallel between what's happening in our present day life and that's why it's bubbling up, and it'll heal several things. I keep seeing like dominoes, like you just hit that one domino and then a bunch of stuff will come unravel from it in a beautiful way. Feels like yeah, some relationship stuff.
Yeah, I have the same feeling that it's deeper, and it because it's coming up like basically not letting you sleep. It's like a light telling you, hey, pay attention to this. Like,
Mhm.
don't forget. And sometimes the dreams are scary so that we don't forget them, so that you take care of this in your waking life.
Yeah, actually most nightmares are just that. They're just, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, well, whenever hope that
Next.
helps. And the next question is about a person being single and going to a retreat with couples, like everyone else is a couple, and she's feeling inferior because then she has to have like the lesser room, but also the activities are not being centered around her, and she has problems with sleeping, and she does not feel heard or that belongs. So she's asking what should she do and what is supposed to learn from this situation. Should she just cancel the trip or shorten it, and how to make herself feeling heard. So I pulled a card for her, and it's funny, the card, because the card is the if it is upright like this, it's like a new beginning, and you take the matter in your own hands, and like you may are the one that makes yourself known. But indeed, in your case, in this case, the card was reversed. It means that you are blocking yourself from actually taking a step towards that direction. So you think that if you do it, you will feel unheard, or that you feel like you won't belong. I feel that there are some feelings of insecurity towards being single, like you are the inferior one, and being in a relationship is better than being single. And the feeling that I have is that one of or more of your group of friends needs to see that you are single and happy, because I feel that one of those relationships are not healthy, and they are staying for the same reason, because they think it's better to be in a crappy relationship than be single. So it feels like it mirrors each other. So what I would suggest is that you make yourself known, and open about your problems, that yes, you are happy, but also yes, you need your own space, and your sleep is just as important, and a couple sleep. And if they don't hear you, then it's okay to walk away from that situation. It's okay to cut your trip short, and it's okay to show that you are independent and proud, and all the feelings that you normally have if you don't qualify yourself as a single or a relationship. That is what comes up. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
I get don't run away from it, that
Yeah.
that you really should stay, and that there's a lot more to come out of it, and you're making it a problem. You're making everything the problem. You're making other people wrong, and you're trying to make yourself feel better about the being single part. So you're making other people wrong, and that what Aurora said came through very clearly, that the problem isn't being single, that you're amazing being single.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's still love.
Yeah.
And let's go to the third question that is about health and surgery. This person is going to have a surgery and it just wants to know how her health is going to benefit from it or not, like if it's the right thing to do or not. And I feel worry, but also okayness. I don't know what you feel about that.
Yeah, I can't tell if it's her worry or we certainly aren't here to give medical advice. So that
No.
off the table. You have to follow your own heart and your own decision on what feels right. Really take time to feel into it for yourself. Go into the future with your thoughts and see yourself healed and whole and healthy, and ask yourself from that future perspective, what did you do to get there?
Yeah. I also feel that you need to, yeah, exactly what you said. What did you do to get there, and what will you do different now? Like, is it after this experience, how can you change it so that it does not repeat itself? Or what did you learn? Because for experiences that we don't learn, we do tend to repeat them in other forms and shapes. So focus on yourself, your lifestyle, your desires, and follow your heart.
Yes.
And number 4, it's a more general question. Can we do a hypnosis without a mentor? I think
What does that mean?
without, I guess, well, a lot of people that ask questions are Albanian, so I think I know what they mean, but I'm guessing practitioner. So can we do, I guess, a self-hypnosis? And it's funny because the card the world came up, but reversed. Because it's a person asking the question, and it's not just, I feel like, a curiosity. Well, the intention of asking the questions matters as well. So self-hypnosis definitely exists. We all are in self-hypnosis when you do hypnosis. I personally started with self-hypnosis many years before I actually had like a session with a practitioner, and it is different. It's much different. So all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. It is included in that. But what happened with me usually is that I would tend to fall asleep or ask one question and then like drift off and just not remember what happened. Like not also sometimes we're not ready to see what the other person see. So it's kind of like the world card. We are in charge of our own lives. We are in charge of the world. But when it's reversed, it means that we don't see that, or we tend to not just delegate power to others, but we tend to also put filters. And that's the way that we are done, so that we self-persevere. So when we do hypnosis or any kind of feeling with another person, is also to remove these filters and to actually go and dig deeper and dig where the issue really is. And also remember that we are all connected. So the person that you choose is also you at another level. So it's like talking to yourself, but like actually listening and not just covering up with whatever your mind is trying to protect you from what's seeing. So it has advantages to both of them. I would nowadays, I mostly do it with a practitioner. Otherwise, I do a meditation. But because I see most benefits from this way. As always, follow your heart and whatever your intuition, and try self-hypnosis before do it with the practitioner and see the difference for yourself.
I couldn't have said it better. Good job. We teach hypnosis, by the way, at mds-institute.com.
Yes, and we love hypnotherapy, and we love all kinds of hypnosis for all kinds of, but with people, on ourselves, and it is a very fascinating thing to learn for yourself and to do it on others. Okay, another question is about career, love, and life, especially for this time period, and how are the energy of the 11/11 impacting on the career and love life, if there's anything specific coming for this person and for everyone to which the question applies.
So when we do these question answering, we ask that the answers be relative to every single person that is listening. So just because you didn't answer or ask the question doesn't mean there isn't an answer for you. What I'm seeing is to remind them that we just went through a large eclipse period where we had a solar and a lunar eclipse within 2 weeks of each other. And eclipses are endings and new beginnings. So the interesting part is, without an ending, you don't have a new beginning usually. So you can be grateful for endings if that was with the partnership. And also applies to, endings with work, but it also is blossoming of what you want to get out of there. What are you getting?
So I'm looking at the tree that is behind you, and I feel like what you're saying is represented in the tree. Like, the tree needs to blossom, but it also comes from a period of winter that is usually like, it needs a period of rest or a regeneration. We cannot just have blossoming all the time. I mean, yeah, we kind of do in Hawaii because it's a tropical season, and yet even in Hawaii there are people that they don't like living in Hawaii, exactly for the same reason. And even me not feeling like the seasons and change and knowing that they're still happening inside me, it is kind of different than being in tune with all the seasons and seeing like the change outside and seeing also inside yourselves. So even if you don't see it happening, it is always happening. Like, parts of us are like doors that close and new doors that are open. So I would just say, like, welcome them. Whatever comes in your life now, instead of fighting it, welcome, and hope or be optimistic that more beautiful things are coming and like things are flourishing for you in your life.
Yeah. And when you said that about the tree, I just saw all the roots and how they're way below the surface. Like you said, you can't see them really, but that's where in winter they pull all their nutrients down into their roots and hang on. And that grounding exercises might be really helpful for you to get through this period of winter.
Yeah. Yes, and that sends us to the next questions, which is about person that wants to live abroad. I usually have many questions as well. This one, I want to live abroad. In this case, it would be Germany, but it could be other places as well. And it is so I pulled a card, and the card is shows a man that is coming with an offer, but also you have to go and get the offer. It's not gonna come to your doorstep. It's like changes. It's not like people usually don't knock on your door and it's like, here's a job offer for you, and like, I'll pay all your expenses to move. Yeah. It's more like, but at the same time, there are just so many that are everywhere. So if you're not seeing it, is that you are blocking, or you're not leaving your doorstep to go and grab these opportunities that are really limitless. There is also like a fear that comes with things not being as good as they are where they are right now, the grass is greener on the other side. And it's sometimes it's an illusion, sometimes it's true. Like, there are countries where there is better to leave, or like situations when it's better to leave. But in this case, I'm not talking about those kind of situations. I feel it's more like it's a belief that it's always better elsewhere, not where you are, so you're not appreciating where you are, and you are afraid to go and get those other opportunities because it's not actually that bad where you are right now. So it's like an inner debate. Is it worth the risk? So decide with yourself what you actually want and what your desire is. And when you are 100% sure that you want to move, then go and grab all these opportunities, because they are waiting for you. Like, they are there, but you're not going and getting it at the moment. Just one decision away.
I feel like it's a good decision to go.
Yeah. And it's going to happen soon if you decide it. Next question is how to believe in myself. It's very simple and big at the same time. That how to believe in myself.
It's it's funny. It's about controlling our thoughts. And when we open our hearts, when we follow our minds, that's interesting. When we open our hearts and follow our minds, those are two totally opposite things. So if you're following your mind is going to create, that's the one that creates all the doubt and all that. But you are an amazing being, and open your heart to yourself and stop listening to the mind do the banter of what you think is all the things that you lack or aren't, good at. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. you need to see the gold, I guess, in yourself, in your heart. It's like we're all made of sparkling, beautiful souls, and we cover ourselves with this belief like we're unworthy, or like
Mhm.
I don't know. I have the image of a coal, like that is all dark around, and you're like, oh, this is like worthless, but the coal is what brings us heat in winter. Like it is the most worthy thing of them all when in cold climates. So but we don't see it. Usually we see the appearances, and I see it is the problem of today's world, maybe even before, because I didn't live before, or we did, but different times, that it's not our souls or our beauty inside that is put forth, is usually what our judgment towards ourselves, or we tend to hang on tight to what other people judge us for. And we have to see different, like we have to see ourselves with the eyes of somebody that we love, and see how worthy we are.
It is in the mind. If you can go on a mental fast and just watch your thoughts, just spend 15 minutes listening to your thoughts. Just be hyper focused for 30 days and see where you're creating a lot of this discomfort for yourself, because the thoughts are intruding and they're not true. It's all an illusion.
Yes. Okay, then the next question is very similar, and different at the same time. It is if the person says that they have low self-confidence and low finances. Is there a correlation between low self-confidence and low finances?
100%. You go.
100%.
100%.
Yeah. It's very simple as, if we don't see the worth in ourselves, we don't dare ask for more. We don't dare ask other people, like might be our bosses, for our worth, for a promotion or for having more responsibilities, because we don't trust our own instincts and or our own worth, confidence. And it's true that like money is in this world is what we measure the worth with usually, like say for you do a good job, you get more money. And so we tend to see, if we think that we're worth less, we will not dare to ask for more, or we won't. And you could win the lottery and if you don't believe that you're worthy of that money, like you're gonna spend it, or we won't even see where that money goes. So yeah, a good way to increase your finances is to increase your self-confidence, and then go for the project that you never dared going for, or go for anything that you didn't think that you were able to do it, because you can do it.
I pulled a card. It's the cleaning house card. And it's the same thing that the last question about the mental clutter. And it's the mental that is creating the illusion that you are not worthy. And it definitely is both.
Yeah.
Financial and abundant.
I liked your
mental fast.
And it could be like physical fast from decluttering is also a type of fast, like less things that we see, less things that we carry, more we have clarity, and more will like declutter our mind and our house. And sometimes it's the same thing, like you declutter the house and then you declutter the mind. They say that for women, check the bags, like how heavy are your bags, what do you carry in your bags. If you declutter your bag, it's a representative of your mind, like how many things are you carrying in your purse. So I invite you to go and check it out. And then
I won't say what family member of mine, but one of mine carries a bag so heavy, and I'm like, she's a little lady, and I'm like, how do you even carry that?
Yeah,
like, a lot going on up there.
Why do you need all your makeup with you when you go out?
I don't even know. Bag. It's like it's so heavy. It's the kitchen sink, jewelry, everything. Like anyway.
But yeah, pay attention to your surroundings and to yourself. Another question is, this person only sees 11:11, and what does it mean? She's been seeing 11:11 everywhere.
Let's pull a card for this one. I was gonna say, wouldn't that be funny if it was the 11 card, but it's 32. It's called Magical Prayer. Not pretty.
Yeah.
Magic prayer. That's 1111.
And I got the Magician. So it's like number one. It's kind of the 11. For me, the 1111 is whatever you want it to be and whatever you associate it with. I know for a lot of people is messages from the angels, or I don't know. For me, it's really the Magician is like a number of creation, and you can start a new, like the number one, you can start a new project. Maybe it's an initiative to start, like that push that you need, or that confirmation. If your mind is like, should I do it or should I not? Maybe it's a push from the angels or regard to say, yeah, you're protected, you can do it, let's just go for it.
I always feel like it's also like a calling from your higher self to connect. So when we see the 1111, which today all day is 1111, so connect to your higher self today.
Yeah, and see what you want to do for the rest of the year, and which is actually the next question, the rest of the year. This person, it's kind of like the question that we had before, but the energy feels different. So let's see if there's another message for how's the energy going to be from today to the rest of the year going to 2023.
So we've got about 6 weeks left of 2022.
We can do so many things in 6 weeks.
So many things.
I get the worker card, which means, start setting things and projects that you want, start working toward them, and don't wait for the New Year's to start doing things. Don't wait for the new resolutions. Don't wait for, I'm going to start on January 1st. No, we have 12 weeks or whatever it is. Like we have a full month and a half to not only to spend time with our families and like for Christmas and Thanksgiving here, but also to start building up for the projects that you want to start. So yeah, I am doing specifically the class for weight loss, the free week before actually January 1st, because I don't want it. It's not, calendars are made up anyway.
Yeah.
Every day is a new day. So why start in 3 months when you can start now? Yeah. And then in 3 months, it's like, oh, I'm going to start on Monday, always postponing, but no, start now. And then you start building those healthy habits. And then in 2023, you actually have fun when without guilt at Christmas and New Year's, and use the time to celebrate because you've already put like healthy boundaries and foundations that will carry on towards the rest of the weeks. So yeah, to me, it's a message to keep going and start new projects now. It is a good time because of the eclipses and because 11/11. So don't wait for the rest of the year. Just start now. Like the year does not exist. It's only the moment now that we have.
So, and set, I'm hearing too, set financial goals. Like don't wait for,
that is a finance card. Yeah.
Don't wait for something else to make that. I was doing a financial goal and I was projecting it and then in the future. And I kept saying like in an affirmation kind of way, like this much revenue for this company in this next year. And because I said next year, because I was setting 2023 goals, but when I was just saying next year, that put that all the way out into the future, always to be the next year. So I had to rein it back in and say, for 2023, these are my revenue goals.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah. If you say later, it always comes later. So you never reach it.
You're never there. It's always a day in the future. Yeah.
Very interesting. Hey, and we got the last question. The 11th question is, why am I feeling sick? All right, I put the card, but let's see. Let's focus.
I feel like there's some self-punishment in the sickness.
I'm getting a love. I put 2 cards and they're both love cards. One, I think it's self-love, and one is like love in a relationship or in a partnership, or it could be work, but it could be also like the feelings in the partnership. Could be work partnership or like relation partnership. Could be, yeah, a lack of balance, I would say. I don't know, what are you picking up? And I will focus more on.
I pulled this card, the slow and steady card. And
Mm.
it's like she's an angel, but she's grounded to the earth, and then she's at a snail's pace. So it's like it's to slow you down. And what do you need to slow down from? That's what I would be asking myself.
Oh, I see. So yeah, it could be why I'm getting the balance thing. Maybe it's a balance between loving yourself and loving a relationship. It can be a balance between going fast and going slow. And what is that golden middle for you? Like and also because we were talking about times and changes, it could be that during a certain time you need to go fast. Like spring is usually filled with the new energy, and there are actual time periods when you need to slow down and to not do 100 things at once, but listen to yourself and like, oh, maybe today I won't do anything. It's okay to cozy up and like read a book for this weekend and not like take care of everyone and run here and there and everywhere. So yeah, I feel a lot of love coming. I feel a lot of love in the sickness. It's weird because we usually associate sick with good, but I feel like sick is there to take care of you, to tell you to pace yourself, and it's like filled with love for you and your body and your own being, telling you that you are important and pay attention to yourself and not just all the people around you.
I love it. That's awesome. Well,
So
thank you
yeah,
so much for 1111. It's
yes,
so nice to be with you.
and sending you all a bunch of love. And yeah, listen to this as many times as you want. Always check with you what messages ring through to you. Discard the rest and have a wonderful, wonderful 11/11. Bye.
Magic.